Eddie Hearn doesn't like it. Well, he wouldn't, would he? Now, I'm telling you about this in a quite busy and thriving coffee shop, so it could be a bit noisy, but I wanted to say this because we have had, over the past couple of days, when Canelo was out to pose with all of his belts, we've had His Excellency, Turki Al-Sheikh, shaking his head apparently at, I think it was the WBC belt. Don't bring that one on. And today we've had Eddie Hearn saying he's not very keen on the idea of Turki Al-Sheikh and Dana White, it seems, getting involved, having just one belt per weight class or weight division. This is linked, of course, to the idea of the league that His Excellency has floated a couple of times, and both times has had this reaction, certainly from promoters. Now, where you sit is where you stand with this, because let me first of all say that the companies, the boxing ABC companies, have not covered themselves in great amounts of justice. Not justice, of adequacy even, but certainly haven't shown themselves to be organisations that streamline and can work with each other for the betterment of boxing. The word betterment is something that we'll need to discuss, isn't it? Because a lot of people have said for a long time, let's clean up boxing. Blimey, someone's getting excited, aren't they? Maybe they've seen this announcement as well. And obviously I want to do this and finish it off because I've got a cookie. To let me just show you. There it is. Back to me. That looks wholesome, doesn't it? I've done 2.5 miles of walking, so I can have it. That's what I'm telling myself anyway. Now, and yes, that was English afternoon tea, not English breakfast tea, afternoon tea. Tea. That's what we UK people do. Tea. We do it well. It's probably the only thing we do well. Sneering's another one we do well. That's quite good. Yeah, that's good. Anyway, we have had an issue with those alphabet organisations. So people have been saying for years, let's clean it up, let's streamline it. Now, the situation is that Eddie Hearn has said, well, it won't give younger boxers or boxers who might have had a chance the opportunity to move up so quickly. They will ossify and they may not have the opportunity to fight for a belt because there's only one belt there in their weight class. So they might not get the opportunity, whereas if you have several belts, then you get more, obviously, I'm no mathematician, but you get more opportunity to fight for a belt. That is the case. But what you also, and he's not telling us this, so there's no reason why you should, what you also won't get is the opportunity to stage several different fights if you've got several boxers in that same weight class. For instance, if you had 3 heavyweight prospects, you get the chance with all those ABC bodies to stage 3 pay-per-view big fights and make money on each of those, hopefully. So it cuts down the opportunity of that as well, which, I mean, where you sit is where you stand with that. That concerns me because I do want people to make money out of boxing. Boxers in particular. Now, that's another thing, isn't it? Boxers won't get the opportunity to make as much money. That's a situation which is probably pushing me towards let's not have a league, because unless you're going to agree prices and what money the boxers get, remuneration packages, which are tasty, then if you're going to be in the middle of the league and working you up to the top of the league, you can fight 2 or 3 times a year, but you won't get anywhere near that belt, and you'll consequently at the moment get less money, won't you? So a remuneration package needs to be agreed. If that's agreed, I'll be wanting to talk more about that. If it's not agreed, this is a bad idea. Now, you know I'm not a great fan of the ABC organisations, you know that. But you know what? I'm a great fan of boxers. And I'm a great fan of them earning as much money as they can for their families and for themselves, for the difficult hurt business that they are in. Other people making money, yeah, okay, but boxers, let's not forget them. At the moment, this seems like they're pawns in other people's games, and I don't like that. Do you? Ta-ta.